Hi, it's Shawana Intarism here from fierceloveandwisdom.com, and we are on day 274, 274 days out of 366 days to transform fear back into love. And this is just turning out to be the most amazing journey. If you've been along for the ride, I've been addressing a fear um, every day since January 1st by video or writing or quotes. And it really does its work on you, let me tell you. The last 2 days I have been focusing on codependency and how to remain utterly sovereign and ultimately free when facing fears of codependency or when codependent fears arise. So yesterday we looked at definition of codependency and some really, I hope, were helpful assessment questions to begin and get started seeing your motivation for particular behaviors and kind of a little model to test out um, where you are on the codependent spectrum. And today, what I want to offer are specific strengthening resources so that you can become stronger and fiercer and more autonomous in any of the situations where you could be swept into codependent things or situations with another person. And in particular, because I work with a lot of women who have at some point or another dealt with their codependent issues, such as insecurity, worthlessness, and self-esteem. Those seem to be three of the big feelings that do motivate people into caretaking codependent behaviors. I wanted to address those and give you some tools, use some resources and support and love and mojo so that you can bring those into your life and help mitigate the potential of any kind of codependent acting out and behavior. So I think of insecurity and worthlessness and self-esteem. They're kind of like a trio. And they're some of the hardest, most difficult, most painful feelings that I've noticed are hard for humans to deal with. They bring up a lot of shame and self-judgment and challenge to really open up to them and to really face them. So in particular, insecurity. Wow, I mean, of course, if you are trained at an early age to leave yourself, to caretake the parent who needed it the most so that you could get the love and survival that you needed, you're gonna probably feel really insecure in some place in you, along with feeling worthless, perhaps that your real self wasn't really valued, and kind of brings all that together as a chronic state, or at least partially chronic state of low self-esteem. And so I think what's really important in this trio, just to look at today, is to come back to your inherent sense of value in your own feelings, value in the nobility of facing your own feelings, worthfulness of yourself as a human being without having to caretake another human being, to know that you are incredibly worthful just because of your presence and being here, and that you do not have to do anything or leave yourself ever again to get love, to get care, to get so that you can fill in the blank. And this is something that those of us who have dealt with codependency, or if you're dealing with it right now, or the fears of it, know probably quite intimately and only too well that it's very, very painful. But I want to emphasize the magic and the beauty of really not resisting these feelings anymore in full are going to return something so powerful, so valuable, and so deeply nourishing to you that it'll be far more nourishing than being a caretaker. And that is returning to your innate sense of valuableness as a human being, your innate sense of inner security that comes from knowing your value. And esteeming yourself, including valuing the opportunity to address the feelings that are inside of you that may have motivated the caretaking codependent behaviors to begin with. That is such a rich, 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 rich gift. So deeply rich to give yourself that. Because once you have that, it's nobody can take that away from you. That is so deeply nourishing, supportive. It ends many, 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 many syndromes. And I deeply want this for you. I experienced this myself. I had to face, who am I if I'm not a caretaker? Who am I if I don't leave myself to try to love up another person and attune to them in a wonderful, magical way so that I can get XYZ ABC 1, 2, 3? Who am I if I don't do that? And what do I have to face? And these three things, many have spoken about as being the things they have to face and open up to then inherently discover their inner richness and beauty, of their own being in and of itself, before you have to kind of divide yourself into and leave yourself and become somebody that you actually weren't. A caretaker identity is not who you really are. I really want you to know that. So I hope this has been helpful. Of course, there's a lot more that could be said on this. I'd love to hear how you have dealt with or overcome your own fears of codependency and caretaking behaviors. I think that this community could really benefit from that discussion. And I like to say that our shadow syndromes are really our essence and our true gifts coming for us. So your codependency and all of the fears about it are actually your autonomy and your independence really coming to find you at long last. They're like knocking on the door going, "Hi, I'm here and I want you to pay attention to me." So I hope that if you are experiencing any of these things arising in your life right now, that you will answer the call, that you will listen, that you will invite them in and find out what they have to say and what they need so that they can heal, you can heal, and you can be as free as your true spirit, your original nature, if you will, is truly meant to be. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for being here and for watching, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.